today I'm going to talk about hearing, how sound travels into our ear, and how it gets processed, and also how our brain understands it. As we go on step by step through the parts of the ear and follow the journey of sound, I'll also share a few fun facts along the way. So, for our first slide for the external ear structures, let's start with saying the article. Sorry, because a lot of these things I'm not going to be able to pronounce. Well, that is a part where we can see in the auditory canal, which is the lobe leading inside of it. You can see in the picture. And then the article, also called the pinna, is made up of cartilage and skin, and it helps catch sound waves and it would send them into the canal. And the canal is lined with like tiny hairs and glands that produce earwax. So when people have earwax and wonder where it's coming from, it's usually from there, and it helps keep dust and germs out. And it also helps to protect the eardrum, which is this word right here, the tympanic membrane at the end of the canal. So the external ear is like very good for like a sound funnel, and it's and a first layer of protection for your ear. And the next middle ear, for the middle ear, as I was saying earlier, the sound when the sound reaches the eardrum, the tympanic membrane vibrates, and the vibration is passed to the membrane to like three tiny bones called the ossicles. Oh, I'm gonna kill this today, but yeah, and they are the malleus, incus, and stapes, and they are actually the smallest bone in your body, in your whole body. So that's a little fun fact for you there. And the job is to amplify the vibration and pass it to the oval window, and that is going to lead it to the inner ear and the in the esophagean tube, and that will connect the middle ear to the back of the throat, and it helps keep the air pressure equal on both sides of your eardrum. That gets that tends to be annoying sometimes if you feel like the unequalness of air pressure, and that's where your ears will pop on airplanes, and then you'll know that it's the tube is doing a wonderful job for it to keep it all equal for all parts. And moving along to the inner ear structure, um, I'm gonna just try to pronounce it, but the vestibule. Okay, so when sound reaches the eardrum, and when the sound reaches the eardrum, it's gonna go towards like the inner ear, and this part includes two major areas, as I was saying, the vestibule, and which helps us balance, and this word, let's say, which will help us hear it. So for this specific cochlea is a spiral shaped, which is right here. It is spiral shaped like a snail almost, and it fills up with liquid. And inside it is the organ of Corti or Sorti, which is where hearing actually happens generally. And when the stapes send vibrations into it, when it sends vibrations into it, it causes the fluid to move, and this will activate like the tiny cells inside of the inner ear itself. So you can see from how this is just like your ear from the outside, and like the inside of it, which the snail part, which is enlarged here in this picture, which is a very good picture of it. And yeah, that's just the functions of it. And then from then on, we can move on to the pathway of the sound, and a quick overview from this picture where it starts right here and it goes into the auditory canal, like sound waves coming in through the auditory canal. And then, of course, as I said earlier, it hits the tympanic membrane, and then the vibration occurs. And usually, for these vibrations, it moves through the ossicles. I'm sorry, I'm going to kill that word again, and through the oval window, which is right here. And from there, the sound enters my favorite word. I forgot it was this word, cochlear. Probably. And then where it travels through liquid, and where it goes to the round window, which at the bottom helps relieve pressure caused by the vibrations. And each step of these is very important for a clean, clear hearing for yourself. So if there's any problems with or like hearing is not like muffled, it's probably the window, the round window. And if any parts, like if any parts are blocked or damaged, it can affect like how well you hear. So moving on, we can go inside my favorite word, obviously, guys. So moving on inside of it, if you zoom in here, it's gonna show the scalia vestibuli. Yeah, let's just stick to that, which is on top, and let's say it's right here, and then the cochlear duct, also called scalia media, and which is in the middle, and the scalia tympani on the bottom, and all three are filled with fluid. All three of them are filled with fluid, and the oval window connects to the scalia vestibuli, and the round window connects to the scalia tympani. Oh man. And also the vibration when it enters, they move through the fluid and make the membrane inside vibrate as well. And this is the movement. It was called the organ of Cordy working. That's basically the movement, and it just shows how it works as well. So now moving on to cochlear duct and organ of Cordy or Sordy. Guys, I'm sorry if I'm killing it, but inside of the duct, we can find an organ. You'll find the organ of Sordy, which sits on the base layer membrane, and above the hair cells is the tectorial membrane, which stays still, fairly still. When the sound comes in, the base layer membrane vibrates, and what it does is it pushes the hair cells against the tectorial membrane. And then these hairs are special because they respond to different sound frequencies, either high or low pitch. The spot where they respond depends on how stiff or flexible the basal membrane is at that point. And this should be a good diagram just of that. And then moving on to hair cell activation and nerve signal. When the hair cells bend, ion channels in their membrane open, and that lets in positive ions to create a electrical signal of the cell, and then the cell releases the neurotransmitters, which will allow the chemicals that send messages across to the next nerve cell. This activates cranial nerve, also called the vestibular nerve. Hopefully, I'm saying that right too. Which sends a signal to the brain, and the brain then figured out like what the sound was. For example, it could be like music, like a speech, or even like a siren when you're driving or when you hear like cop sirens. So these tiny bending motions become something that you understand. So overall, just easier understanding of what the sound is and just where it's coming from as well. And let's see. So I have another like a short not music video. I'm sorry.
To the brain. With the help of the ear, humans have the ability to locate the sources of sound. Apart from being just a receiver of sound, it also plays a major role in maintaining a proper balance and position of the body. So, as per laws of science, sound is actually caused when the air molecules are set into vibration, and one can hear the sound when the ear picks up or feels these vibrations, or sound waves. There are 9 main parts of the ear that include the pinna, the ear canal, the eardrum, the hammer, anvil, stirrup, cochlea, eustachian tube, and the auditory nerve. The pinna, also known as the auricle, is the visible portion of the ear that is extremely seen. This helps in locating sound sources and directs the sound into the ear. This does not play any role in maintaining the balance of sound that is heard. The ear canal is a tube-like pipeline that connects the outside of the ear to the eardrum. The eardrum is the middle of the ear, which vibrates on receiving sound waves.
So
The
yeah, that was just a short video. So moving on, summary. We talked about the external ear that collects the sound and sends it to the eardrum, the middle ear, which vibrates and it amplifies using the ocelles, and the inner ear, especially after learning from the video, I forgot that the cochlea converts the vibration into electrical signals, and also the round window, which also helps relieve pressure so nothing gets like disordered in there. So every step is part of a fast, smart system, and it helps us hear very clearly for it. And then now moving on to the fun facts. The ocelles are the smallest bones, as I mentioned earlier, in the body, which was very a interesting fact for me. And the cochlea is also shaped like a snail, which is a very accurate description of it, as we saw from the pictures of it. And then it helps with detecting different pitches. I didn't know that either. And another fun fact I could say is your brain hears faster than it sees, which I also didn't know as well, because I always thought it was just the speed of light and sound was always like an interesting like a competition to me, which one hears faster. But nah, I mean, which one is faster? So now we know that hearing is faster by 0.05 seconds. And also, one important thing, which a lot of people don't know, is that hair cells don't grow back. So let's say if they're damaged by like loud music or noise, they don't seem to regenerate, which can lead to hearing loss in a lot of people. So it's a good idea to protect your ears when you're around loud sounds and not to blast them if you're out or in the gym, let's say. And let's see, yeah, and these are my resources. Hopefully this gave a better understanding on the anatomy of hearing. And once again, my name is Cameron McMartinov, and I had fun making these slides for you.